All right, guys, so I've got a little story for you. I'm getting ready to leave Harrisonburg on Saturday. I had a funeral to go to on Sunday in Richmond. So on Saturday morning, I start packing my shit up because I tell my buddy, let's me and you hang out. We'll hang out, we'll drink, we'll go to the river. It'll just be fun. It'll be like old times, like we're all 19 again. And, as I'm packing up my stuff, I'm getting my recording equipment, and you know what I'm thinking about? Thinking about how much time I put into this. As silly as that sounds, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of coordinating. This is time I could be spending hanging out with my girlfriend. Time I really should be spending at a part-time job. I have an on-call gig right now that's pretty good. But, honestly, I could just get a job at Starbucks, pour people some coffee, that kind of thing. And so I'm thinking about all these things while I'm packing up my stuff. And as I'm starting to load up my car, and I say to myself, I should bring something. I'm going to stay at my buddy's house tonight. I'm going down there to hang out. It's kind of rude to show up empty-handed, right? So I go on over to the liquor store a few minutes before they open. So I pop in next door to the Martins. I get myself a little Starbucks coffee, hang out for a second. And I step back outside, and now the lights of the liquor store are on, and it's like 5 minutes still. And I see there's these two guys sitting on a bench right next to the door of the liquor store. So, me, friendly guy that I am, I point at the door, and then I say to him, "Are you waiting on the same thing I'm waiting on?" The guy looks up at me, he's like, "Yeah." "Whoa, you're the guy with that podcast." Yeah, that's right, guys. He recognized me from the thing you're listening to right now. You know how fucking exciting that is to me? And then, so I let that slip by. We chat for a second. I tell him thanks for listening because that's the tagline to the show. and yeah, so I walk out. I get in the car. I smile real big and I say, "Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that somebody actually recognized me from this show." Like all of maybe 100 people out there listening. And I just ran into one randomly in Harrisonburg, even though I geotag all my stuff in Richmond. That's crazy. So, I get to town, hang out with my buddy. We have a great weekend. It was awesome getting to hang out with him. We went to like 3 different spots on the river and just hung out. Saw his sister who has a baby. So we hung out with them. Well, I guess a baby. He's like 2 or 3 years old. So, yeah, not exactly a baby. But, it was so awesome watching this little kid grow up. And so, we hang out. He eats some Cheez-Its that I brought him. And then, me and my buddy Max, we just had a couple drinks, hung out, shot pool at a bar because everything was slammed because of Pride this weekend in Richmond. I had no idea it was Pride in Richmond. We shoot pool for a couple hours. We head home. No big deal. Whatever. Sunday, go to a really difficult funeral. Have like an awkward reunion with some old Nissan people. It was interesting. Very interesting. And then, so then Sunday afternoon, evening time, I'm, getting ready to get in my car, head back to Harrisonburg. Boom, I get a text. WFM Apparel reaching out. Wants to sponsor the show. What the fuck? Yeah, I know, guys. Seriously. How did that happen? Hey, yeah, we saw one of your videos. It circulated around. You guys were talking about, digital marketing and this and that. And, yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I was floored. They're like, yeah, well, here's the deal, send you tracksuits. You take pictures of them, put them on Instagram every couple weeks. We send you another one. You do the same thing. You give us mentions on the show. WFM Apparel, totally awesome, super comfy, looks great. I look at their Instagram, holy shit. Yeah, stuff looks good. Looks like a great tracksuit, super comfy. Believe it or not, I had to re-record this whole episode because I'm supposed to mention them, I guess. So yeah. So then I thought to myself, like, wow, like, few days ago, I thought I could spend about 10% as much time on this show and probably no one would notice. And then 2 things in a row happen that make me think otherwise. So I'm not going to do that. I'm here with you guys and, I'm really excited. I think that it'll be a lot of fun. And I want to thank you, the listener. I want to thank you for, obviously you spread the show around some. If some random dude recognized me, then, obviously word's getting out there, which is great. And, I don't know. I just I look forward to the opportunity to keep sharing with you guys and to keep thank you for listening. And I look forward to the opportunity to maybe do some of these apparel giveaways for WFM Apparel. I mean, how many after I have like 7 or 10 tracksuits? How many more will I really need? So at that point, we'll maybe start doing little giveaways, maybe with some guests, we'll do some promos, do some shots on Insta. It'd be kind of fun. It'd be kind of funny seeing a couple white guys with tracksuits wander around. Usually that's a bad sign. It's usually a bad neighborhood when you start seeing white dudes walking around in tracksuits. So you got to be careful. But no, so I just wanted to say thanks so much for listening. And there is something you can do for my sake, because right now I'm working some things out. I'm, talking to Brandon about some episodes we can do with some maybe more focused topics, stuff that actually makes sense for the name, like petty fraud, how easy it is, and how to protect yourself from it, and all sorts of things like that, scams, hustles people pull every day. And we don't want you to be the sucker. We don't want you to be the example of what not to do when someone tries to scam you. So this is why we're here, to explain what these scams are, how they happen, how to spot them, and how to get the fuck out of there. Things like that. Because believe me, there are all kinds of them. So I thought that would make sense. Common Criminal Podcast. We talk about crime and how it happens and what to do when it happens. So that's some interesting stuff Brandon and I have been talking about. But then I've got some other stuff I'm working on with some old friends from way back in the day that have gone and done great things since the last time I saw them. And out of the goodness of their hearts, they, want to help support the show by coming on and talking about the important and cool and neat and interesting things that they do. But when I reach out to some of these people that I don't know, that I don't have personal relationships with, I kind of look like a fucking idiot. When I say, hey, you want to come on my podcast and promote your next thing? And they say, what, to all 82 of the people who like your show? To all 100 people that might be listening? Are those the people I should be promoting to? So I ask you just very simply, and again, I say thanks for so much that you've done already in the word of mouth, showing it to your friends, playing it at the office, whatever it is you guys are doing to give me a couple more looks. If you hit that like and that share button, maybe leave a little comment on the video, it goes a hell of a long way in boosting my profile on Facebook's algorithm and helping to grow and share the show so we can have even bigger guests. I can show you guys some music I really love that aren't necessarily people that I grew up with or people that I have a great personal relationship with or some connection with. But I do want to reiterate, the music that I have on this show, Culpa Mia, Keenan Rayner, Chuck Nasty of Grayscale, those guys, I enjoy their music first. I don't have them on here for the sake of having them on here. I have them on here for the sake of showing you guys some stuff I find really interesting. But I want to be able to continue to do that. And I don't know how many music artists I know that, are something I would really like to share with you guys. So I got to get bigger so I can get on people that, right now would probably think I was joking if I asked them to get on the show. So, like I said, if you could do me that little favor, help continue to grow the show, that'd be awesome. And, once we get to a certain level where I'm getting enough of these tracksuits, maybe we can give away some appreciation gifts for everyone. But anyway, like I said, we're working on some things, and I just wanted to tell you guys I really appreciate all that you've done to help me grow this show. So, as always, thanks for everything, but most importantly, thanks for listening.